Hey guys, if we reach 1,000 likes, we'll be giving out 2 of our new shirts. All you gotta do is click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Hey, what's up guys, it's me, Faith and Luminous. Welcome to a chill little top 5. Because, you know what? I've looked at my Stevn universe videos and I've realized I haven't been doing nearly as many as I should. So I decided to go ahead and do something that may or may not even be controversial in the Stevn universe community. I'm not sure. All I know is people get upset when I call gems females for some reason. You know, despite the fact that they look like females, they sound like females, and oh yeah, they self-identify as females. But I wanted to go over my top 5 ships in Stevn universe. Keep in mind, this is, as always, just my list, and there's like so many different pairings that you could go ahead and pull out of anywhere, and you could like it, and I don't care if you like it or if you don't like mine, it's fine. We can have a difference of opinion. That's what it's all about, right? Honestly, you would think a fandom that's built around Stevn universe would be the most accepting about difference. That's what the show is. It was something different. A gamble for Cartoon Network to even take. And yet, look at what it's done. It sparked this huge fandom out of nowhere. Maybe one day this fandom will grow up and become a little bit less toxic. But for now, I guess we'll have to live with it. Number 5. Peridot and Amethyst. Now this is one that I know a lot of people kind of like. I see this all the time. And people usually fight about this in the comment sections of any video that has to do with Stevn universe. Or maybe that's just my channel. Peridot has obviously had some sort of emotional moments with Amethyst. Amethyst has tried to help her understand that she cares and that she should just be honest and upfront with people with her emotions, and that it's okay for her to feel certain ways, and that it's okay for her to feel out of place because Amethyst knows what it is to feel out of place. She's been there, she's still there, and she's working on becoming better. There was an episode where Peridot was actually upset because she couldn't shapeshift, and instead of just saying that, I just feel left out because I can't shapeshift, she would insult the entire ability and say that it's inferior, and go on a tangent of why it doesn't matter if someone would be able to shapeshift or not. And Amethyst saw right through this. You can see it from her expression. She knew that that wasn't the actual problem and that she's just using that to cover up her real emotions. There's been plenty of moments like this, where Amethyst just gets very candid with Peridot. She'll be right up front with her, and wants her to express her feelings openly. It's actually a pretty interesting ship, and while it's not one of my favorites, I can definitely understand where it comes from. Number 4. Rose and Pearl. So I think this one is pretty obvious. I think everyone knows that Rose and Pearl have some sort of emotional connection, as one-sided as it probably was. Pearl was completely infatuated with Rose, and, well, dreamed of giving her life for her. She wanted nothing else but to be with her. There's countless songs where she devotes her love to Rose, where she goes on about emotions that she felt for her and how she felt nothing more joyous than fighting by her side and being with her. It's actually a little bit weird how openly she stated all these things, how open she was with her feelings. As far as TV shows go on Cartoon Network, there's usually some sort of barrier where it's just subtle winks and nods. But this show is kind of different. This has led the show to not be as popular with various groups out there. But for the people who do like it, it only makes us love it even more. It's not preachy and it's not token gay characters. It's not even the main part of the story. It's just something that happens to be there. And it comes up no more often than it would if it was a heterosexual relationship. Of course, these relationships are soaked with a lot more drama, as war relationships often are. Love can certainly bloom on the battlefield. Those roses will always have their thorns. Number 3. Garnet and Pearl. So this one's a little bit weirder. It's not essentially something that's long-standing and was only part of one episode, where Pearl kept on fusing with Garnet. Pearl, I guess, yearned for the power and the feeling of fusing with someone again, because she used to only fuse with Rose. But she manipulated Garnet, and it took a while for her to actually gain back her trust. But when she was fused with Garnet, she felt nothing but joy. It was probably the happiest we've ever seen her character. And that's where this all sparks from. To see Pearl so happy is rare, to say the least. And the fact that it was with Garnet specifically was odd. All the crystal gems are closed, from Stevn to Amethyst. But sometimes I guess people just yearn for something closer, something more intimate, and I guess that's where the fusion comes in. We all know fusion is a pretty thinly veiled metaphor for sex and working together in that aspect. So it does make sense. Rose isn't there, or at least she's not there as she once was. And Pearl still does need comfort, I guess. Number 2, Amethyst and Rose. Now this one is definitely different because for me personally, this seems like a platonic ship. It's one that I feel like Amethyst has latched on to a mother figure, someone that she can look up to, someone who found her when she had no one and gave her purpose when she didn't have one, who gave her life meaning. I don't think this is on a sexual nature, but she definitely feels like Rose is like her mother. There's tons of moments where she bonds with Greg over their mutual love for Rose. I don't think it's jealousy in the sense of a sexual partner that Rose had, but more of just simply taking time that Rose could have given to her. This was the only person that gave Amethyst a chance. And all throughout Amethyst's life that we see is she's struggling with her own problems of inadequacies, that she thinks that she's lesser than all the gems. She doesn't know the homeworld personally. She was born on Earth. She doesn't know any of the other stuff about the outer planets that the rest of the crystal gems know. She's not a normal gem, she's something different. And even as far as amethysts go, she's pretty unique. And while yeah, it's fun to be an individual and it's fun to be the nail that stands up, most people want someone that they can relate to, someone who understands them. And while the crystal gems probably do understand her to a point, there's just something that Rose could do that they couldn't. Rose was a special person, was able to touch everyone she came in contact with. She was able to empathize with them on a scale that most people could never even dream of. Because of that, she bonded with Amethyst. Again, I don't think it's a sexual relationship, but it's certainly one of a mother and daughter, I feel. And I feel like this was something special and unique to Amethyst. And when she lost it, that did leave a hole in her heart. Number 1. This one's my personal favorite, and I occasionally get some shit over it. But Peridot and Lapis, that's the best ship that I could think of in this show. They're both goofy and completely unaware of the world around them. Lapis has all kinds of emotional baggage, and Peridot fought to break that outer shell of hers, to get inside and actually be seen as someone who's, well, if not loved, someone who's tolerated. And that's something. Peridot is herself pretty oblivious and pretty self-centered. And for her to give up like some of her most prized possessions just to make Lapis laugh means a lot. To see the amount that Peridot is trying just to get Lapis to smile, that's a huge step for her, and that's something that we didn't really see her do with anyone else. Peridot certainly has a fondness for Lapis, and it's shown throughout the entire show. She praises Lapis, she comforts Lapis, she does everything she can to make sure that Lapis is happy. For someone who's as egotistical and self-centered as Peridot was, that speaks volumes. Well, anyways guys, that's just my list. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sure you guys have other ships that you enjoy, or you disagree with some of the ones that I gave. Be sure to let me know what ships you enjoy and why you don't like some of mine, or why you do. I'm interested to read all your comments. As always guys, it's been Faith or Malimnus, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to like the video if you haven't, and subscribe. Also, you can feel free to check us out on Patreon. Every little bit helps, guys. I'll see you in the next one.
Hey.